Anthropic, the parent company of Claude, just announced today Opus 4.5. This is the latest version of their model, the Opus model, and it is quite intelligent. It's quite good.
Welcome to Learn AI with James. Learn AI skills and build your future.
One of the really interesting things that Opus 4.5 is getting better at, and another thing that was just announced today, is that the Claude for Chrome browser extension is now available to all Pro and Max subscribers. This is definitely a big deal, and let me tell you why. Claude for Chrome has been in testing mode for the last few months. It's only been available to some kind of trial users so far. But with the other companies investing heavily in these AI-powered browsers, like, for example, Comet from Perplexity and Atlas from ChatGPT, Anthropic is really under the gun to invest in their own computer use and browser use type of technology. So you can see here that Claude now works directly within the Chrome browser. And I think the idea here is that we've already got millions and millions of people using Chrome as their default web browser, that it almost makes more sense to have an AI tool that integrates directly into the existing browser rather than try to get people to switch browsers. Pretty smart business decision, if you ask me. So anyways, you can see from their original Claude for Chrome blog post announcement that there's a link here that says join the waitlist. If you click that, it opens up this main landing page. It shows you basically that you can use this right within your browser. This really opens up a whole new world of use cases for AI. A lot of people in the business world are a little bit hesitant to use AI or not really sure which tool to use. But if you can have the agent actually doing things on your behalf directly inside of the web browser, that's a pretty easy win. So it's still somewhat limited right now to the features that it can do. On their website, they show that it can to help to integrate with your calendars, that you can run different processes on different websites, and then you can even set up automated workflows. We do want to make note real fast that this might be a little risky. It's somewhat of an experimental tool that Claude has launched, and we just want to make sure that you don't want to open up your computer and all your business strategy and everything to any kind of malicious actors. All right, let's go ahead and give it a whirl. We're going to add it to Chrome. So bring us to the extension page. We'll click Add to Chrome. We need to confirm. We need to also authorize it. Now, I don't see the icon up top. So let's click on Extensions. We're going to pin it. There it is. It's now in the browser. So let's go ahead and click on the extension. You can see that it opens up in the sidebar window here. It's got another warning. I guess we need to really be careful here. Click I understand. Now it's going to give you a little bit of a walkthrough to kind of guide you. You can automate repetitive tasks. Claude has tab group access if you use those. Claude can also use shortcuts. That's interesting. And here we are. All right, we're going to put Opus 4.5 to the test here. So we want to make sure to use the correct model. And let's see. Let's say we're doing a research project. And I'm researching all the different ways that we can use Notebook LM. That's a tool from Google. And I want to understand how we can use it. So we want to use Claude as our research assistant within the browser. Please help me understand the basics of Notebook LM. Open up 6 to 12 browser tabs. Conduct in-depth research and summarize your findings. Let's then post our summary doc within a new Google Doc. All right, now you see down here there's a drop down where it says ask before acting. If you were to click on that, you can toggle between the two. Okay, here we go. It looks like Claude is starting to use my browser. That is cool. What it did is it put together a plan first. It says it's going to visit these sites. And the approach, it put it into steps. The first step is to open up 6 to 12 browser tabs, right? I told it to do that. Then it's going to look at various sources, read through key pages, gather information, synthesize the findings, and then create a new Google Doc. Yeah, that's exactly what I asked it to do. So let's go ahead and approve the plan. Okay, wow. Look, it's actually opened up all these browser tabs up top. And that is interesting. Now it's asking me, it wants to do some more things. I'm going to say allow. Okay. You can even get notified when the tasks are completed. I wonder how that works. Probably a browser notification. Claude wants to read the page content, so we're going to allow it. We're going to allow it for all of these. TechCrunch and so on. We're going to notify us. Let's see if that works. Interesting. It actually opened up all of these tabs in my browser. That is very cool. So far, it's still gathering info, and I have had to click allow this action many times now, many times. Okay, well, that's wild. Claude has even started to debug in this browser, and I wonder why. Site level permissions are disabled for this site. Okay, we're going to allow it. Now, I haven't seen any browser notifications, so I'm not sure if that works properly. Now you can see you can stop Claude from powering your browser by clicking this button down here. I kind of imagine that like the emergency bright red eject button in an airplane when you're crashing. We don't want to hit that. Let's keep it going. Claude is now asking for permission to use Google Docs. And now it's starting to write the document content. Now, while that's running, I'd like to invite you all to become members of our private community on Skool. That's skool.com. And the name of our group on there is called Learn AI Growth Hacks. That is where I will be posting even more in-depth tutorials, all kinds of detailed walkthroughs, and just really keep you up to date on the latest and greatest in the world of AI. You can join us there by going to skool.com/learnai. Okay, now Google is asking again for permission. It's actually now showing me the text that it's about to type. And it's going to put it in the Google Doc. Let's go ahead and allow it. Okay, this is impressive. First time I've seen this work like this. I assume you could probably do it with some of the other AI browsers, but that was pretty slick. It's now taking a screenshot, it says, to verify that the document content was added correctly. We're going to allow it. just for the heck of it, let's go ahead and make it act without asking. I guess you have to wait until the prompt is completed with before you can change that. That's fine. So in the matter of just a few minutes, Claude for Chrome, the extension for the browser, was able to control my computer, access my browser. It opened up half a dozen new browser tabs. It says that it has completed 62 steps, which were sub-steps within my request of my prompt that I gave it. It created all these new tabs. It navigated to these sites. It read through all the content. It sees that some pages have errors, so it tried for alternative approaches. It gathered information from all of these sources. It extracted some of the page text. It's got put together a whole lot of information about Notebook LM. It even said, let's go ahead and get a couple more. It was then able to just go ahead and open up another new tab and get into my Google Docs. It created a document. It typed up the document. And let's see how good of a job it did. Okay, it screwed up the page title a little bit. Not that big of a deal. I'm sure it'll get better. The content itself, we can just kind of look through. It's got what is Notebook LM with an intro. It talks about its key features. It goes into how to get started. I'd say that's a pretty good first go at it. This is my, I've only used this a few times. It was just announced today for all the user types. I'm pretty impressed. I think you ought to go out and download the Claude for Chrome extension yourself. Give it a test. Let us know what you came up with and what kinds of use cases will you use it for. Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to smash that subscribe button because we got more daily AI tips coming at you. Thanks, guys.